Aquarius do not like it when you try to tell us what to do. So if you want an Aquarius to do something, do not try to get them to do it by just saying, hey, you need to do this. That's almost a guarantee that they won't do it. It's almost a guarantee. You might as well just say, hey, don't do this, because that's exactly what is going to happen. This happens to me all the time. I was talking to a friend and he was like, why aren't you listening to me? And I was like, because I'm not doing that shit. Like, I had already decided 20 minutes ago and you still talking, So when it comes to an Aquarius, do not do that. But I will tell you, there is a way you can do it. But first, let me introduce myself. Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Alset Haru. And thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. And please drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And stick around to the end because I'm going to read 2 of my favorite positive comments from previous videos. Okay? If you would like to get a reading done, please email me. If you would like to send me a gift from my wish list, it's underneath this video. If you'd like to become one of my patrons on Patreon, that link is underneath this video. And all my social media information is also underneath this video. So, yeah, don't try to tell us what to do, because first of all, we already know what we want to do. Most Aquarius, unless they specifically say, I don't know what to do, most of us already know what we want to do. Now, that doesn't mean you might not have a better idea, though. You might have a better idea. You might have something that's more sensible. But trying to tell the Aquarius, hey, listen to my idea, is pretty much going to guarantee that we detach and don't listen to your idea. I will be sitting there. This friend I was telling you guys about, we were on the phone, we were on a computer, and I had my headphones on, and he yak. And I'm just thinking to myself, I should have, oh man, where my book at? I'm down the road. Where's my book at? I should have, I was thinking something about my shopping list. I was gone. He was yak about what he thought I should do. I had already listened to him say it. Now he's explaining it. I done heard him detach from the conversation, and I'm still responding like I'm listening. Okay? And I ain't heard nothing past the first sentence of, you should blah, blah, blah. I thought about it, considered it, said no, and detached. Floated off to think about my shopping list, And every time he says certain words, I zone back in. I'm very trained. Aquarius, those of us that know how to detach, we're very trained. When we zone out, we're listening for keywords. And there are certain keywords that tell us to pay attention, Some of us will even hear everything you said, but not be listening to none of it. We hear it, but we're not listening, okay? So one thing about Aquarius that I've come to find is that it's easier when you just simply ask the Aquarius, do they want to hear your idea? It's so simple. It's like the difference between, it's consent. Okay, think about the concept of consent. Consent means that you are down with whatever. You are agreeing to do whatever that something is. If the Aquarius gives consent, that is when we'll listen and actually might take your advice. But if you just start telling us your opinion and telling us what you think and telling us blah, 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 if it's a good idea, we'll listen. Because that same friend sometimes has good ideas. And I'd be like, ooh, that's a good one, I keen in on the good ones and I detach on the ones I don't want to do. And if I just say, I don't want to do it, he just keeps going and going and going. And I'm like, okay. And I just leave the room and then I listen for keywords and I come back at the appropriate times. So if you want an Aquarius to listen to you, it's very simple. All you have to do is ask them. So let's say I'm talking about a problem I'm having at work and I'm telling you about it. oh, this person did this, and then they did that, and then they did some more, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, you have a great idea that's going to help me. If you say to me, I think I have an idea that might help. Do you want me to tell you? Are you interested in listening? Now you've asked me for my consent. And if I have any respect for your word, which may or may not be the case, an Aquarius who doesn't respect you isn't going to listen to you, period. But if I have respect for your word, I'm going to say, okay, I'll listen. And I'm going to at least listen to the hook. You got like 5 seconds. You got 5 seconds to hook the Aquarius in. So as soon as they say, okay, and you know that they're listening, get to the point. A lot of people lose Aquarius in this process because they don't get to the point. I see this on YouTube videos. I see this in books all the time. My attention, you got to grab me. You got to grab the Aquarius. It's something you said has to be powerful enough for us to stop and pay attention. So if you're doing a video, if you're doing a book, or if you're just having a conversation with your friend and your friend is an Aquarius, immediately, as soon as they give you consent to hear whatever it is you wanted to say, get your punchline right out. Hit it right out the gate. And if it's something good, then they're going to be like, okay, tell me more. And then you can start to give them the details, and the two of you can talk about it further. But I noticed that a lot of people don't do this in conversations. A lot of people, if you start talking to them about anything, I mean anything. Oh, I bought a new dress today. Oh, where'd you get it from? They all of a sudden start going into their advice for you. And Aquarius don't mind advice. When we want advice, we will seek it out. But we're going to seek it out from people that we want it from. So just Joe anybody giving me advice doesn't know nothing about me. And let's take the case when I talked about a new dress. This is a very common case. So I walk up, I tell somebody I got a new dress, and they're like, you know what? You should go to TJ Maxx. Now, they don't know if I've ever been to TJ Maxx before. They don't know if TJ Maxx has my size. They don't know if I like the brands that they carry. They don't know anything about what I like or what I want, but they recommended it because it's what they like. You see? And for Aquarius, it's like, this ain't about me. This is about you. So for a lot of people, like I said, if you just ask the question, are you open to this? Then you'll get a much better response from your Aquarius. Don't try to tell them what to do. Now, this is difficult when it's your child. It's gotta be, you know. I often think about my mom and I'm like, oh my God, it must have been so hard to parent somebody like this. So it is much difficult when you are supposed to be telling them what to do, you know. But when it's an adult, especially, I just say do your best to ask for the consent first. And that will also put the Aquarius in the mind of, do I want to receive this information? Likewise, it also will help you to understand where to go with the Aquarius. Because if you say, I got an idea, do you want it? And they say no, that says a lot about where you stand with your Aquarius. If they really don't want to hear any of your ideas, I'm like, something is very wrong. Because Aquarius usually, like I said, will listen to the good ones. The ones that sound feasible or the ones that sound pretty good, we'll take those. So if an Aquarius has stopped or does not take any of your ideas, there's a problem. There's something that the two of you need to work through, because they're shut off. They're shut off to you in that way. So that's definitely a time when y'all need to have a conversation about why that is. So remember, consent. In all things, always get consent. Let's look at some positive comments. The first one came from, it's either Maya or Mia Clemens. And she said, Miss Clemens said, very faithful and loyal. And if that man is doing that to her, and he is an Aquarius, he does not want her. He likes something she does for him. I did a video about an Aquarius man, and he was with this woman, and he was messing around on her, and he told her, or she told me, or some kind of way it came out. I think she told me that it's because he's an air sign, and air signs can't help being unfaithful. And I was like, girl, Bob, that is not why. He doing that because that's what he wants to do. And Miss Clemens agrees with me and says that he probably doesn't want her, and that's very true, because it sounds like to me that a lot of people have what they call relationships of convenience, and sometimes both people don't know that's what it is. Sometimes one person thinks they're in a loving relationship and the other person is just with them because of what they like or what they're getting from them. And those types of situations are really exploitative, manipulative, and painful, but it happens a lot. And Miss Clemens thinks that this could be one of those situations. And it very well could be. A lot of times, people who are unfaithful to their partners, it is because it's just a relationship of convenience to them. They have no real commitment to the other person. Jazz, what's up, Jazz? Jazz has a positive comment. Jazz says most people know we are. They just don't want to admit it. Okay. Queen, I also got pregnant on Valentine's Day. Oh, wow. Which is also my B day. Oh, wow. I had my son on November 1st. Laugh out loud. Peace and love, Aquarius family. I got pregnant on Valentine's Day. Had my daughter November 10th. She was due on October 30th and would not come out. Now, mind you, to this day, I'm still always waiting for her. I always say, you were slow coming in the world, and you slow now. Every time it's time to go somewhere, I gotta wait for her to get ready. It's still the same thing. I'm still waiting for her 26 years later. But yeah, I got pregnant on Valentine's Day. Yup. Isn't that crazy? So if you're out there having sex on Valentine's Day, just know you might have a Scorpio baby. So peace and love to you, and thank you so much for your comment. All right, guys. So you come back soon because I got a lot more to say. See you later.